So someone's saying Gary said Ding and Duda are the favorites. I mean, I think that's Gary's just wrong when he says that. I think the objective favorites are based on past experience, players who've been in the situation before and have performed. I said it before, the clear favorite is Fabiano, and second is most likely Nepo, I would say, because Nepo, if he's on, he's on. If he's off, he's way off. But if Nepo is on, he's extremely dangerous. So I would say Nepo is most likely the player that I think is most likely. Let me make sure we've got 2 cams. Okay, we're good to go. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're playing against Darius Schwiertz, 25-78, round 1. Again, this is 10-0, no increment, so you have to be very careful how you approach it. I'm probably going to play c6, maybe. I don't know. Is he going to play e4 or d4? Let's see what he's going to do. Darius is apparently out to lunch. Okay. Again, this is round 1, so let's go d5. See what he's going to do here. Will he play e5? Will he play knight c3? A little bit hard to judge. Now Darius did play last week, so he lost in that, or no, he didn't lose. I think that was a draw in one of those late games. So he does know that it's 10-0. It's not 10 plus 1. Okay, he's going to play this h4 too. Let's play h5. Now the reason I'm playing this opening is primarily, again, just keep it simple. Not take too much risk. Again, very important not to really go out of your way to gamble. I think I'll play here again. He can actually move the queen now, I realize, but still knight f5. Let's go here. Let's go here. Probably bishop b4. Plays a4. I'm going to put the bishop on b4, target the knight. He can go bishop a3. Maybe I go queen a5. Okay, he does play bishop a3. Queen b4, queen a5 is a move. I think I'm just going to play it and trade. It seems reasonable, at least. Again, because it's 10-0, the way that I play has to be a little bit quicker. I can't do as many deep calculations per se, which is kind of annoying on the one hand, but it is what it is, as the saying goes. It is what it is. Takes in c5 was also an interesting idea as well. Might have been better. Okay, so he plays a5, so maybe c5 is a threat, maybe it's not. If I castle c5, I don't really want to allow some weirdness, so I'm just going to go here and castles. Keep it very simple. Maybe I play a6. I was worried that he goes c5 and rook a4 and tries to trap the queen, so I'll castle, of course. Probably going to play f6 and a move or two here. Probably being the key word. Not actually enthused by my position at the moment. I don't really love it. But I think it's okay. At least it seems okay to me on first glance. Question is the center of the board. Is there some pressure here where I can take? Yeah, so he trades to release any of the c5 pressure. Rook c1, very solid move by Darius. Rook c7 is not actually a threat here, which is kind of funny. So I could play a6 to go rook c8 again. Queen b4 is move. Rook f8 though looks right because I can always go knight f8 to cover against the checkmate threats. And now I still have queen b4 at some point. So my assumption is that I'm doing fine. Knight b8 c6 was also an idea there, I suppose. He goes queen b5. Interesting choice. So he's hitting the pawn on b7. If I go a6, he just takes. If I play knight f8, a6, I go b6. I think this is okay for me. But again, I probably should be a little bit quieter. Probably talking a touch too much at the moment. So let's see what he does. Let us see. Maybe knight b8 instead of rook c8 was better. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I could have played knight b8, knight c6. But again, whatever. Easier said than done. And we're in this position after knight f8. So let's see. What's he going to play here? I guess I'll pre-move rook c8 because it's a safe pre-move. Let's see what Darius's plan is. He goes b4, which I actually don't really like. I feel like there should be some trick with a6, rook b8, knight d7 or something here. Let me look closer. So if I go a6, queen b6, knight d7, no, rook b8, rook c7, knight d7. I think the queen is trapped. So I'm going to go for this with rook b8, knight d7. Maybe even rook a b8 and knight d7 is also an idea too. Okay, he goes queen a4, which is actually probably the best move. He wants to go knight b3. F6 is a move at some point. Just a question of when do I want to play it or not play it. I can also go queen d7, trade, knight b3, rook c4, trade, knight c5, takes. b5, rook d8, that should be a draw. How do I do this actually? It's kind of hard. Maybe I can play rook c7, then he trades. If I go knight d7, knight b3, f6 maybe. Knight d7, knight b3, rook c4, trade, knight c5, trade. I also have b5 there. Knight d7, knight b3, b5 maybe. This takes, queen c6. Pretty drawish though. Pretty drawish here. Let's think about this for a second. Have to find a way to play rook c4. That's really what I'm banking on. So if I go queen, I think I'm going to go here. Put pressure on the pawn so b5 is not threat. Knight b3, I think I'm going to go rook c4, knight d4 maybe. Again, I'm not so thrilled with the position, but I think I should be okay. The thing is I'm trying to find a way to win this game. That's the first thing, is that I'm trying hard to win this game and not just let it peter out into a draw. And again, this is 10-0, not 10+1, so the situation is definitely a lot different. But now I can take, check, take, I thought. Wait. If I take on d4, knight c4, knight e2, king g1... Wait a second. Takes, check. Takes. I'm still hitting the knight. Knight b6, rook b8, knight d6, knight g6. I should be fine here. I mean, I guess I'll pre-move this. It's a safe pre-move. He's not going to take, obviously, but it's a safe pre-move. Let's see. What does Darius have in mind here? Because I think he made a slight mistake. Maybe not a big mistake, but I think it's definitely a mistake. Not the best move, that's for sure. So it goes there. So, of course, I check. I mean, I guess this is the right move because I take the knight. Okay, so he goes knight d6, which I think is also a mistake. Because now I can just take and go knight g6, maybe? I also have knight d3 here. Wait, knight d3 looks like a good move. Let's go here to hit the pawn. So if takes, I just go queen c7. I think king f1 was a mistake by Darius, actually. I think if he was going to do this, he probably should have had the king somewhere else. Because f4, queen c7, now he's actually getting mated because the king is super weak on f1 here. Yeah, I think Darius misplayed this. I think I should win the game now. f4, I can maybe even just sack and take, amongst other things. But this king on f1 is really bad here for white. So let's see what Darius is going to do. Also, big shout out to Darius. He did win Title Tuesday on the early one last week. So he had a great result there. So he goes knight c5. Logical, very, very logical move. If I take, I mean, my assumption is this must be winning. I have queen f6 here and knight g4. I mean, this king looks very, very soft. Very, very weak. A lot of problems here. I mean, is he really going to be able to force a pawn through here? I'm very skeptical of that. I've got knight c4 too. Okay, he goes rook a2. So now I have queen f3 for starters. But it's maybe not the only move. Again, the thing is, this is 10-0, so it is kind of important not to get too far ahead of myself. Queen f3, queen a3, check, king e2. It's a move. d4, d3 is also a move. Knight c4 is also a move. Knight f3 is also a move. I think I'm going to go here, though. I'm going to stick with it. Again, I feel like I should be better. It's just a matter of unwinding this queen side. And once I unwind the queen side, I should be winning. But we'll see what he does. As long as he doesn't get counterplay with passed pawns, this should be really good for me. Let's see. What is he gonna do here? Okay, he goes queen b3. I thought a3 was better because he could still play rook a1 at the end. Whereas now he doesn't have rook a1. He doesn't have this, whereas with queen a3 he would have guarded. But now, I'm going to go d4, d3, and now I think this starts to get very scary for white. D3 is a massive threat. Also, the knight kind of is hanging here. If you look at this diagonal when he captures. So I assume I'm just winning here. That's my assumption, is that I should just be winning. Let's see what he's going to do here. He's thinking for a while. Yeah, I think I'm just winning. Darius made a mistake. When he played this knight fd2, this was definitely not the best move. Okay, now I can also go d3 because now takes. But maybe on d3 he wants to take with the rook. Actually, that's probably his idea, is to take with the rook, which is not insane, actually. It's not that... It's actually quite decent. Actually, not bad at all by Darius. d3 takes queen d3. He has some counterplay still. Now if I go rook b8 right away, goes knight d6, knight c6. I mean, it's still good, but it's not quite as simple as I would like it to be. That being said, at the end of the day, this has to be winning. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this has to be winning. I mean, queen a6 is not really a threat. I think I just need to get my knight in the game, so I'm just going to try to bring my knight in via e5. If I get this knight into the game, I should just be winning, because right now the rook is passive. Queen is fine on h1, but this knight is the one piece that's not in the game. So I just want to bring the knight to e5, put pressure on the center, and then I should just be winning. I can also go knight e7, knight d5, or knight f5 as well. So key is this knight. Just got to activate it. Once the knight's active, this should be pretty straightforward. I'm also way up on time on the clock. I'm up 2 minutes here, so very, very hard to see Darius having anything substantial in this position. So what's he gonna do? He's still thinking. Okay, goes knight d6. I kind of expect that. Now I do have rook d8, but I think just knight e5, very simple. Attack the queen. I've got f3 as well. I have queen d5 as well. As long as I don't lose this a6 pawn, there's just nothing white can do. Let me move the cursor off the board as always to avoid any fatal mouse slip. Okay, he's thinking. Goes queen d4. Now this gives me f3. I think I'm just going to do check. I don't have to play queen f3. Queen e1 was also, I think, an easy way to win. Goes king e1. Now this does give me queen g3 and knight f3. I think that's winning, but do I want to go for it? Let's see. Do I really want to go for that? I think it... I mean, it looks clean. Queen e4, queen g1, king e2, queen g4. That's just winning. Takes, knight f3 takes, king d3, knight c6, king c4. That's also winning, but it's not... It's not really what I want to do. So I don't want to do that. Knight c6 is another just very clean move. Well, knight c6, queen c4. I mean, queen g3 is definitely winning, but I don't think it's what I want to play here. So I don't want to play that. I can play f6 maybe. Yeah, maybe just f6. Knight e6, queen g3, queen b3. Yeah, let's just go f6. Just consolidate here. I know I weaken the pawn on e6, but the knight on e5 is so strong that I want to keep it here in the center. Goes knight e4. Reasonable move. Now again, I have queen g3, but this time I think actually now with the queen on now with this position, I think it's good because the knight is so far back. Takes, check, takes, king d3, knight 6, king c4, king f7. I mean, if that's not winning, I don't deserve to win. Yeah, if this isn't winning, I don't deserve to win, frankly. If I can't win this position. Because, I mean, his pawns are weak. I'm up 2 pawns on the king side. Yeah, if this isn't winning, then I don't deserve to win. Pretty straightforward. So I take, so I check, take, then I go here. Now I go here, king e7. Again, like I said, if I can't win this, then that's my own fault. I'm just a terrible chess player. But again, I've got a 4-on-2 on the king side. My knight is really attacking both these pawns. So there really should be no counterplay for white in this position. Goes knight a4 to play knight b6, which actually is a good move. But now I can even go rook d8, I think, and rook d4. And basically, as long as I get these 2 pawns off the board, it doesn't matter. Like, even if I get the knight for these 2 pawns, I win with a 4-on-2 on the king side. So this should just be pretty straightforward. And he's also down to 120, so there's very little chance for Darius to make a comeback in this game. I mean, even rook d4, like, everything is kind of hanging here for Darius, and I don't think he has a way to stop this rook d4, so it should just be game over. It's down to 1 minute. Goes knight c3. Okay, pretty reasonable move. I can play f5 here, maybe. Rook d4, king c5. I mean, that obviously is good enough, but I'm just going to go f5 to attack the knight. Oh, I also had rook b8, which was also very simple, but whatever. Let's go here. Pawns are weak. King is weak. This is game. This is game over, because if he moves the king, he loses the pawn. Otherwise, I take a5, and yeah, that's all she wrote. Okay, I guess Darius doesn't want to resign for some reason. So let's just start running the e-pawn, why not? Not exactly much white can do here. Just go like here. E4, E3, of course. Maybe rook C1 was slightly... Or well, I've got rook A2, I guess. Let's take the pawn on A5, and now Darius will resign, I assume. And we will get a win. Okay, let's take... I mean, yeah, okay, now he resigns. We get a win in game 1. Let's see who else is playing. There's only one game going, so let me change. Let me see. What do we have here? This game between Bortnik and Rustamov should be a draw. What's the time? 12-2. Rustamov's going to win this game, I assume. He just has... What? What a bizarre game. I mean, what a bizarre game. Okay, that's a draw. I don't even know what to make about that game, but very, very weird. Very weird. Okay, very weird. All right, let's get going. Round 2 should be starting in a second, I believe. We have 1, 2, 3. Wait, how many players? 47 players. So again, same routine, you guys. I think, as always, I think 6 points qualified. 6 out of 9 will qualify again, since there are 47 players, is my guess. Maybe one player gets in on 5.5. So as always, it's the same routine as always. You get to 6 points, you qualify. 6.5 is a guaranteed qualification, and that's life. So let's go here. Again, yeah, both cams are up. Yeah, looks good. Okay, let's go. All right, let's play bishop e2. Let's castle here. a5. I guess I'll castle. I'm not really worried about a4. I'm just going to go b4. Not too worried by this a5 move. I don't really like it, actually. a4, I go b4. It goes bishop f5. Again, I don't really like this a5 move. It's just kind of weakening for no reason. Well, let's see what he does here. Okay, he's thinking. He plays knight c6. I can go a3. I can also play knight c3. I think I'm going to play a3 here. I do have d5 later. e5 takes... Yeah, he goes knight e4. That makes a lot of sense. I can play knight h4 here to hit the bishop, and then f3 maybe. I can also just play like knight c3. d5's not a move, so I want to think here. I probably should have played d5 actually. d5 would have been the right move there with knight d4, but it's what it is. I can also go bishop d3 here. I think I'm just going to be very cavemanish. I'm just threatening g4 to just win the knight, and he might have to go back. Because if I go g4, he just loses material here. Yeah, g4 is just, it's very cavemanish, but I think it just wins material. So it's like he has to go back. Or he has to play like h5. Again, I'm not really a fan of that, though. I think knight e4 is just a bad move by my opponent. I mean, it probably doesn't lose or anything, but I think it's a bad move. So let's see what he's going to do here. What is he going to do? I think he has to probably go back. Well, let's see. Let's see what he does. Let us see. Let us see. What is his move? He's thinking for a long time. Again, it's 10-0, so I'm not too concerned. Okay, he plays e5, so he decides to just give me g4. Very interesting. But besides just having g4, I also have queen c2. But queen c2, knight g5, it's probably not wonderful. That probably is still advantage for me. Okay, let me think for a second. g4 takes. f5, bishop d5. King h8. King h8, queen c2, e4. Let me think for a second. I can also go d5, queen. Actually, d5 and queen c2 also makes a lot of sense. I know this isn't good for black. I just have to figure out what the reason is. It's all that matters here. So he does play e5. So d5, knight b8, queen c2, knight g5. Or actually, I can also take and go g4. No, if I take a g4, he's knight f2. So f5, bishop d5. King h8. Queen c2, e4, knight e1, bishop h3. f4. I'm just trying to figure this out. My instinct tells me that should be good for me. Just my instinct. g4. There are no tricks as far as I can talk. For g4, he has to take. f5 only move. Bishop d5. King h8 only move. Queen c2. Knight e7. I can even just go knight bd2. I'm going to call his bluff here. I'm just going to call it. I'm going to call the bluff and play g4. I don't believe him. Unless there's some trick that I'm missing here. I mean, maybe his knight g5 here anyway, but unless there's some trick here, I just don't believe it. I just don't buy it. I really just don't believe him at all. Queen c2, e4, knight e1. Queen g5, I go king h1. Bishop h3, f4. Takes, looks fine. Okay, so he takes, so I take. He's going to go f5, I go check. Then I go here. He's going to go e4, I go knight e1, knight g2. I mean, this is basically the position that I was calculating. Well, with his move. So let's see what his idea is here. I mean, I think he has to play e4. Or knight e7. But knight e7, I think I just go knight e1 and I'm just fine. I also can just go h3. Can also take the pawn. Just not really believing in this. And maybe I'll pay the price. Maybe I'll be wrong and I'll just lose the game somehow. But this doesn't feel right to me. This really doesn't feel right. I think he has to go e4. What he's thinking. Okay, he does play e4, so I go knight e1, of course. I just realized after bishop h3, I don't have to play f4. f4 was the move I initially wanted to play, but I can also maybe go knight g2. The one thing I would say is I'm not so happy that this is 10-0. I wish there was some increment in this specific game. Okay, he goes bishop h3. So now I have two guys. Do I play knight g2 or do I play f4? Knight g2, f4, ef4, knight d4. Knight g2, f4, ef4. I think knight g2 is winning for me, but I don't know if it's the move I want to play. f4, e takes f4, bishop takes g2, king g2, rook f4, knight d2. Should be winning for me. Thing is, f4 also just looks winning too. Ba-dum. I think I'm going to take the safe way. I think I'm going to have to go for the safe route. As knight g2, f4, ef4. I really do suspect that knight g2 is winning, but I'm just going to play f4 and keep it simple. I don't want any silliness with some f4 where all his moves are easy, my moves are hard, and then it's not really clear at all what's going on. So I'm just going to try to take the safe way out with f4. And this could be a big mistake by me. I bet the computer is going to say after the game that knight g2, f4, e takes f4 is just winning for white. But I'm not so sure about it. I think this is also probably winning. And it's probably a lot safer where black doesn't get any attacks. So that's why I'm going to go for this one, which I think is much more positional. He plays g5, which I'm very surprised by. Which I don't think works. Because now I do just have knight g2. And now I can actually just develop my pieces. And also the bishop covers the g8 square, which is very important as well. I mean, maybe I even go rook a2 to hold along the second rank eventually. But I'm just not buying. This one I'm really not believing in. I don't believe in this for black. Now I can take with a knight, which is also probably quite good. Knight f4, queen g5 though. So I guess I take with the rook. If bishop h6, I probably take and go d5 and just open up the diagonal. I mean, it's still messy though. This is still quite messy. I might have to go rook a2 to hold the knight. If I can get the knight and the rook in the game, I just win. I win immediately. So really the only question is, this position, is black in time before I finish my development? If I finish the development, knight, rook comes to g1 or f1, I just win the game. There's really no doubt about that much. So the question is, what does he do here? He plays rook f6, which I actually did not see at all. I'm kind of upset that I didn't see that move. Yeah, I did not see rook f6 at all. Now, if I go king h1, rook g6, knight h4, I think I'm okay. I hope I'm okay. King h1, rook g6, knight h4, rook g4, g4, bishop g4, knight h4, rook g4, queen f2. I can also take, but if I take, he goes here. So I'm going to trust my instinct and go here right away. I hope this is right. I think I have knight h4. Rook g6, knight h4 is what I'm banking on. I think if I get knight h4, I'm holding everything. Maybe I could have also just taken rook g6, rook f2, king h1. Maybe that was okay for me, but this seems like the right way to play it. Because all I need is 1-2. If I get these two moves in, I develop the knight and the rook, I just win the game immediately. So let's see what he does. I'm also up 2 minutes on the clock, which is important as well. Because time could play a role in this game. Okay, he goes rook h6, which I don't believe in at all. Now I think I can just take and go like d5, and I mean... No, this can't be right. Okay, I'm just going to take and go d5. This cannot possibly be right. If I go d5, what's he have? d5, bishop g2, queen g2, d5, bishop e5. I mean, I can even just trade. I can also go rook a2. I can also play rook f2. Bishop e5, rook f2. I mean, this... Yeah, I don't believe for a second that this isn't just winning. I always have rook a2 also to hold the knight. Bishops are coming off the board. I mean, he's really running out of pieces here. He's got, what, one bishop? He's got one bishop left in the game. I mean, he can try to get some kind of legendary triple maybe, but I'm just not believing in this at all for black. I have rook f2. I've got knight f4. This should be winning for me. Maybe rook f2 first was actually better and just knight f4, but okay, beggars can't be choosers. You just have to play the game. But again, if I ever get this knight in, I just win the game. That's really the bottom line. I think knight d2, knight f1, knight g3 is better, though. I think d5 wasn't the best move, objectively. I think it was a little bit premature by me. But I still should be winning here. Yeah, he goes queen g5, logical. I'm going to go rook f2 to hold the knight. Now I have knight f4 at some point. I also can go knight d2, also knight c3. Oh, he has rook g8. Yikes. I actually didn't see this. Whoops. Whoops. That could be a big mistake by me. So if I take rook g7... Yeah, I think d5 was actually fairly careless. I'm still better, I think, but this is not really all that special. If I go knight d2, let's see. If I go knight d2, he can take on g2 and take. That's not what I want. Knight c3, maybe. Yeah, I've kind of made a mess out of this. Let's see. So if I take and I play knight c3. He's got bishop g. Oh, then I have knight e4. Wait, I have knight e4 there at the end. Okay, let's take. Let's go here. Rook g1. I don't see it right off. I mean, if queen g7, I still have knight c. Yeah, okay, I go here. He's gonna go here and I go here, and I think I'm just barely holding. I mean, I always have knight e2. I mean, either I'm completely fine and I'm winning, or I'm completely lost. There really are no two ways about it. Now he goes bishop g4, which is a blunder because of knight e4. This is what I... Or wait, knight e4 is queen h5. Wait. He's got queen h5, which I forgot about. Shoot. Maybe I have to go knight f4 then. Or knight e... Thought knight e4 was winning because takes. I have check. But knight e4 is queen h5. And then I have knight e1. And am I winning knight e1? Rook g6, knight g... I think I'm winning. Queen h5, knight e1, rook g6, knight g3. Queen h4. I think it's winning, so I'm going to go for it. Let's go for it.
Okay, wait. He's down a piece, but he has a lot of attack against the white king here. And it looks like Hikaru actually is opting to give that piece back when knight takes e4. I guess he was getting pretty nervous about threats with bishop f3 and things like that.
Yeah, Black's attack did look pretty scary with bishop f3 coming. So we see Hikaru going knight takes c4, pawn takes. I guess now white has to take with the queen. And Black's attack does look pretty scary, but know that Hikaru is up almost 2 minutes on the clock. And I can tell you from my experience that it is not going to be easy here to handle the position and the clock here against Hikaru.
Yeah, I do have some pawns here. So I just take, and I think no matter which way he takes, I just take the pawn. And what do I have? I have an extra pawn. It's not the simplification I wanted, but I should still be winning probably. So a pre-move takes. If I get knight f4, I just win. Time, of course, is a big issue as well for black. Queen h5. Oh, I didn't see queen h5. I didn't... Or wait, I have queen f4 maybe? This is very scary. This is very scary. He's playing this very well. I'm missing a lot of these little tactical ideas that I shouldn't be missing. I still think I'm probably better. I'm probably... I don't know if I'm winning, though. I mean, I guess if he takes, I have rook f1, though, and he's getting mated on f8. It's quite scary, though. Actually, now I'm probably... I think with the time situation, I'm probably just winning here, though.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the move is for Ori here. I know the computer evaluation says zeros, but from a practical perspective, this is not zeros. This is actually really difficult because in this position, Ori is down a pawn, so all piece trades are going to be, or most piece trades are going to be really scary because you could just end up in a worse endgame. And two, you look and we've been talking about how White's king has been under attack for a long time. Well, at this point, Black's king on g8 is pretty scary as well. So, rook f1 is coming, or maybe rook g1 or something like that. And I don't know. I would be very, very worried if I was Ori here. And you can tell that he's thinking a long time because he doesn't know what to play.
Yeah, we see him going bishop e2, which might actually be a great move because it stops the rook from coming to f1. And we see Hikaru going knight h4. Which is not a blunder, because if you take this knight, there's rook g1, check. And now if black goes rook g6, you hang your queen. And if you step your king over, there's queen f8, checkmate.
Go back for one second. One thing to be careful of is after queen h4, rook g1, rook g6. I think you want to first play rook takes g6 check, because if you go queen takes h4, there might be bishop f3 ideas. Although I don't know if it's enough, though, even.
Right, white might still be winning here, but of course rook takes g6 makes your life a lot easier. And Ori getting down to 13 seconds, and
how did he lose the rook?
So if he takes, I go check, block, trade, and I win. I'm threatening rook g1 now and just mating him on the f file. Rook g6 I just take. I think this is winning for me. It's got 30 seconds, so he better have a checkmate or it's GG's. And I don't think he has a way to checkmate me here. 22, yeah. There's just no way he survives. Because now, if he can't checkmate me instantly, he loses on time. So yeah, he goes rook g6, but the problem is I can just take. That's the problem. I just take. And I go here on queen g3. And it just doesn't work. Yeah, now he's got no time to get the win. 2 up, 2 down. Important win. Very scary. Very, very scary game, but we got the win. Let me check the analysis actually. I'm kind of curious if I turn this on. Okay, let's go back here. This is 0.98 it says. So it's 0.98 he plays here. Yeah, knight g2. Yeah, knight g2 is the right move. I knew knight g2 was the right move, but I go here. Oh, if he takes, he's better. Wow. Okay, that's kind of weird. If he takes, he's better. Goes here. He goes g5. So I go here. Go f6. Okay, I take. Now I play d5, which is a horrible move. Rook f2 is winning here. Not shocking. So I go here. It's here. Here. Knight c3. Oh, rook hg6 is actually winning here? Wait, why? Rook hg6, rook g1. Oh, queen e3. Wow. Oh, man. Queen e3. Jeez. Oh. Queen e3. I did not see that. Oh, wow. So he missed a win. So he goes here. And I trade. And I mean, it's still kind of okay. Yeah, even here, it's not cleanly winning. It's still very, very messy. But we get the win. It is what it is.